Welcome, folks, for those that are tuning in. We are here at Regions game, the first game for Bemidji, fourth game of the North Regions. We got a familiar opponent in Rock Ridge in which we split 1-1 in the regular season. A lot on the line here to get in that winner's bracket. That if we win, we would play North Shore tomorrow. If we lose, we would play Red Lake Falls. The boys, I think, are hungry, and they want to make their way to state. So this is how it starts. Starts tonight with a big triumphant win. We'll give a shout out to our sponsors. We got Stittsworth Meats, Northern Amusement, Lapeer Shoreline, Dale Schmidt Agency, Ryerson Construction, KLS Construction. Happy to bring this game to you. They're letting us stream, so that's wonderful. And what's even better is I got my two comrades next to me. I got Gavin the Great, who's going to give you the countdown of the 1 minute left, as well as who's going to be full strength. And what we got the voice of the North with us to call the play-by-play for your listening pleasure. So we are excited to bring this game to you. Hopefully it's a successful night, and we can start this tournament off on the right foot.
And their Zamboni's like full black. I just saw it. Yeah.
Yep, Zamboni's full black.
We got a lot of excitement in the air and a blacked out Zamboni, so we're excited to be here. Rock Ridge is going to be a formidable opponent here this evening. And there is some electricity in the air here. The last game we just witnessed here, the last part of it, Red Lake Falls fell to North Shore 4-3 in overtime.
Yep.
And so there's a lot of activity and excitement in the air here. I don't know if you've noticed it yet, folks, but we do have a yellow jersey on the team here. And as it would happen to have it, we can bring in an additional backup goaltender and the
E-Bug.
The E-Bug. And so we've elected to submit an offer to the goaltender Struby out of Crookston. So here he is playing for Bemidji, and I'm heard by the rules he has to wear his yellow jersey. So unfortunately, if he doesn't, if he's in there, that means that Colton White's going to be hurt. So we don't want that either. But it's nice to have him along.
He was a formidable goalie when we played him. So
it looks like obviously Colton White's going to start in goal to our right. He'll be wearing the white jerseys, the retro jerseys again. And then the black jersey on the other side, of course, is going to be the Rock Ridge Wolverines. I suspect it's either going to be Lindsay or Simit Costi in that. We will find that out here shortly. 15 minutes on the clock. It's a 15-minute tournament. So we'll get ready to play as Westover does his signature slide into the blue line after the scrum. We're gonna do the 1 minute and the full strength stuff, right, bud?
Yeah. That's all I care about. You'll try your best, right, to make sure we get that in there, right?
That's right, bud.
We got you, Gavin.
Well, we're live here and we're ready to start the game.
So 15 minutes on the clock. Wyatt Tyken's going to come in for the opening face-off. We've got Adams on the near side, Stittsworth on the other. Off the face-off, Rock Ridge controls and sends back in the zone. We got Bubba Jacobson on defense. He's covering for Angus out there who's out with an injury. We'll get to more of that later. Stittsworth dumps it down in the zone, stolen in behind the net by the Wolverines, and they come back out to center. Over to the near side. Jacobson gets it again, dumps it in down deep, and Stittsworth will give chase down in the far corner. Along the wall now, Tyken picks it up. He took a little hard fall in practice yesterday. It's good to see him back on the ice. He works his way up into the center zone, had to retreat into the Bemidji zone, and he'll send it up the wall on the near sides. Adams will get it ahead, and it'll go down into the Rock Ridge zone again. They'll retrieve it back there, stops, and it's tipped by Tyken as they try the outlet pass. Along the half wall, they battle. Adams comes in there again, sticks it down in behind, And he tries to center, but he can't get through the Wolverine skates. Now it's in their skates, and it finally comes out to center. Lapeer stops it there at the blue line, and now it comes into the zone. He's going to retreat slightly to get it, and he's going to ring it around behind for Westover. Westover's going to return it, and reverse it rather, and he sends it over to the near side, gets ahead of everybody, but Ryerson's able to catch up, and he's going to chase it down in the corner. Taken there by the Wolverines and over to the far side, tip pass out to the outlet, but it's stolen there by Moran, and along the wall, it's held in there nicely by Lapeer. He tips it down in further, and it goes down in the corner. Rockridge now will try to work their way up that side again. Sent back in deep. Rockridge again up the near side this time. Outlet pass to center, goes off the wall, and everybody crashes into the near wall. And there's Baird with the puck. Comes back out of the zone. Oh, he didn't like the way it looked, so he treated back into center ice. Back in his own zone now, he sends it up ahead. And the pass wouldn't connect there with both of his wingers. Rockridge comes back the other way, gain the zone. And ready to dot, take a shot on White. Boot save, sends it back out of there. And it's clear out of the zone there by Baird. Rockridge now gathered up in their own zone. And they'll send it up, tipped at the red line, or before the red line, and that'll mean that it's going to come in offsides for our first stop and play with a scoreless game and 12:20 left in the first period.
Seem to be a little bit timid right now, both sides, just kind of feeling each other out, even though they're familiar with it.
Nobody wants to make a mistake here yet. Face off just to the right of the goaltender. Shot there from Roscoe and a goal! Woo! Tipped out front. And the combination will bring him through. It looks like it's going to be tipped by Tyken. He's going to be the first one through the
Probably
line.
an assist from Roscoe there.
So we're going to go Tyken from Roscoe as Bemidji strikes first blood here in Proctor, Minnesota. So 12:37 left in the first period, and it comes back to Roscoe at his own blue line. Sends it up ahead to Yerbich. Yerbich is knocked off the play, and Tyken will hang on to it there and dump it down in. Yerbich now will give chase as the Wolverines will bring it around to the near side, and then they'll reverse it. Over to the far side now, up to the wall. And it's stopped there again by Tyken. Tyken's everywhere you want him to be tonight. He's a Visa card. Back in behind. They're going to try the near side now. And they're going to get a little traction cross ice. And this time Meyer knocks it off of their stick. And they maintain it down into the zone though, as Roscoe picks it up there. He carries it up to the near side, up for Yerbich. Yerbich goes rink wide now for Tyken, but he can't play it off the wall. And Meyer will send it down in ahead. It's going to be an icing though as it gets by everybody. So at 11:47, we'll have our second stop of the game here with a 1-0 lead for the good guys.
Well, it sounds like the goal, the 5-on-5 Stittsworth meets goal, scored, confirmed number 4 Wyatt, but they gave the assist to Bubba, number 20. But I feel like Roscoe's probably at least a second assist. But either way, it's goal in the net.
Well, for sure, it came off the power of Roscoe's stick, and we're going to give it to him on our side here. But it comes up to the near wall, down into the Wolverine zone, and Stittsworth will battle for it down in the corner. Baird comes in to help out. He plucks it out of there, looks for a center, tries to do it though, and it's picked off of there by a Wolverine, and they bring it back out through center. Headman pass is too far for them, and it does get down in the zone though, and along the near wall, they'll chip it out of there with some help from Adams. Goes down into the Wolverine zone. They retreat there. Baird gives chase. And it comes over to the dot, gets on Stittsworth's stick. Oh, just out of the reach of Adams. And Baird picks it up, works it over towards the slot. He'll send it down into the corner. Couldn't get a good shot. Down in behind now. Wolverines will pick it up there, and they'll outlet pass up through center with a little bit of speed now. Schultz from Rock Ridge will send across ice, and it's played nicely there by Westover. And Bemidji comes out the other way. Baird's got on the far side, wide right. He maintains possession while his teammates change up, then he dumps it in and goes to the bench himself. Wolverines will pick it up in their own zone. Stolen there by Moran. He gets a shot, but it goes wide of the net. And it comes over to the far side. Up for Roscoe at the point. He looks like he's going to shoot. He does. Save, another rebound. Oh my, that almost went in. Ryerson had an awesome shot. And he was in Great position, but the goaltender there, which is going to be Lindsay, I think, was able to get his boot over there and kick it out of there.
The great low shot by Roscoe to generate that rebound chance.
Off the face-off now. Rockridge carries it in behind, stolen by Moran. And he tries to center it up, goes in behind actually. And it comes over to the near side. Tyken now, he's going to work it down for Ryerson. Comes to Ryerson to low circle. Centers, goes right down in the paint. And it's swept out of there by a Wolverine. And they break out through center. Far side now goes right, nice poke check there by Roscoe. And right in front of the Bemidji bench. Comes in and back out with some help from Jacobson. Now they send it up ahead. Tyken's got it in the zone. Comes over to the slot, shoots, goes wide just right. Moran now in the far corner. He tries to send it up to Roscoe at the point, but it's a little weak at the backhand there. And Wolverines will get it down into the zone, but they're not able to maintain any real possession there as Jacobson tries to reverse it. Now they've maintained possession down in the corner. Comes up to the half wall, stolen there by Tyken. Tyken gets up to the red line, sends up ahead for Ryerson. Ryerson takes a shot, and that's gloved down there by Lindsay. And he'll hang on to this one for a stop and play. 9:14 now left in the first period, and Bemidji's got a 5-1 lead in shots on goal here, at least on the clock, and a 1-0 lead on the score sheet. Faceoff comes up for Lapierre. He looked like he was going to shoot, but he sent it back down in the corner. Baird now down there. He looks for like a maybe wrap around. That didn't happen. He's going to carry it over wide left. Down in deep for Meyer. Meyer up along the boards. Westover pinches down, pokes it in there, keeps it in. Right in the slot there. Baird takes a shot. That one goes just wide of the cage. And Meyer will battle with the players back there as he gets a hold of it, puts it on the backhand, tries to get a shot, but it doesn't go. Stolen there by the Wolverines, and they come in wide right. Westover's hard on him. He does center it, but they can't really muster a shot out of it. And it goes in behind and cleared out of there by Baird to the far wall. Yerbich now, he'll blast it out of there and get it out to center. And the Wolverines will pick it up there and send it back in on the near side. They just dump it in though, comes right to Westover. And he'll send it up the near side now for Baird. Baird will tip it, head to the bench. Down in behind. Wolverines will try to ring it up the boards. They kind of do. Comes out to center and they spring another player. Good transition there by the Wolverines, but a nice move there by Roscoe to knock the player off the puck, and Whitey was able to swing it over to the far wall. Roscoe now again in behind. He'll maintain possession, work it over to the far wall. Now it comes to Yerbich. Out ahead for Tyken. Tyken's got some room to skate. He'll do that. Tries to get around, does so. He's hooked on the play. Goes down into the wall. No call there, but the puck comes up to the point where Roscoe sends it in there. Now it's to Stitsworth. He shoots. That's blocked out front. Over to the far wall now. The Wolverines had had enough of that. They just send it into the bench and bring a stop and play now with 7:34 left in the first period. 1-0 Bemidji. Play is starting to pick up a little bit here, but I'll tell you what, Bemidji is more or less maintaining the bulk of the possession here
100%.
on the offensive zone.
They're looking good to start.
Faceoff comes to Roscoe. D to D for Jacobson. He steps ahead, gets across the red line, fires it in all the way around, and Stitsworth will receive it on the half wall. Down in for Baird. He'll battle along the wall there. And it'll come to Stitsworth. It rolls off of his stick though in the slot. And the Wolverines will come up the near side. They go wide left, right to the hash marks, cut in, takes a shot, goes right on the side of the cage. And they take another shot from the slot, high slot, and that one won't make it through traffic. Comes over to the near side. Try to center it again. Jacobson has other ideas. And it finally comes back out to Adams this time. He'll sweep it up, comes right to the line. They get another shot towards the goal, and it comes to Roscoe. Now he gets it out. Jacobson takes a swing at it, but the Wolverines bring it in, and it's tipped nicely there by Baird. Knock it down in the corner. They're in around the far side now. Shot from there. Tipped, blocked out front. Comes over to the near side. Down in the corner, Roscoe again, battling with two players. And it comes up to Adams. He can't quite hang on to it. And now it comes to him, and he's going to skate it out of there. Near side, wide left. Gets across the line. Everybody else chips up. He goes around the defense. Gets to the hash marks. Takes a shallow angle shot. Rebound isn't there. But it's picked up by Tyken and drop for Moran. Moran now works his way down the circle, around behind, and goes to the far side. Lapierre's going to take a slapper from there. Couldn't quite get all of it though. And Wolverines will come back the other way. Cross the line good, over towards the goal, but it won't go there. Lapierre gets there and brings it over to the far side, tipped there by Moran, and picked up by Tyken. Tyken's got room to skate, and he brings it over to the near side of the hash marks and dumps it down in deep. Down in there, it comes right to the goal off of a Wolverine stick, and Lindsay's going to have to cover that one and bring a stop and play here with 5:42 now left in the first period. 1-0 Bemidji.
Bemidji's looking good so far.
Tyken takes the face off. It goes down in behind. And held into the line by Lapierre nicely. He sends it down in deeper again. And they're going to try again. They still can't get it past him. Gets it up to the wall. And it comes to Moran right at the hash marks. Tries to center it. Goes all the way through. And Ryerson will tip it down in deep. And he'll go over to the wall. He'll try again. Send it in there and see what happens. Goes over to the other side for Tyken. Tyken overskates it a little bit. And the Wolverines will try to bring it around the near side. They bring it around the boards. Comes all the way up to the point. Westover steps over and sends it right back in there. Now on the far wall. Now they send it up the wall on the far side. It comes up to Roscoe. Up at center ice. He loses it though. And it's going to be 2-on-1 as they take a shot. It's deflected nicely by Westover and over to the far wall. Dodged a bullet there. Comes in behind as Roscoe picks it up there. And he'll try to spring it up ahead for Moran. Moran across the line. Can't quite deke the player. Gets the shot towards the net. Goes wide and comes over to the near wall. Wolverines now try to dig out of there again. Comes up to the red line. Stolen again by Bemidji. Roscoe and Meyer. Comes back to Roscoe now. And he'll backhand it over to the near side. And it's a little bit ahead of Meyer as it gets chased back into the neutral zone. Yerbich now will play it against the wall. Near side now. Wolverines bring it up to the line. Shot from there. Doesn't get anywhere though. Comes back out. Baird will pick it up in his own zone. He drops it for Roscoe. Back to Baird on the far wall. He turns and fires it in, but it's a little bit of a whiff, and it comes to Yerbich. Yerbich fires. Goes all the way over to the other side. Shot from Jacobson now. He takes a shot that gets saved over to the far wall. And now it's dumped in deep again by Baird. Or Roscoe rather. Centering attempt didn't go. Comes up to Jacobson. Stops it nicely with his foot. Dumps it back in there. And he forces him to keep digging. Centering attempt now. Can't quite get to Yerbich. And they clear it back out to center, but Lapierre now is going to send it right back in. Now we got a trip coming up on Rock Ridge. And they're going to have a 2-minute sit. And that is going to be on Logan Lindula for Rock Ridge, number 8.
Well, that brings us to our first Lapeer Shoreline power play of the game. We like to hear the Lapeer Shoreline power play over the Northern Amusement penalty kill. No offense to Northern Amusement, even though they're our diamond sponsor.
Faceoff comes over to the Tyke, and he gets his own faceoff, really. He's looking for it in the slot. Can't get it to him, though. And it goes the other side for Adams. Adams tries to feed Tyken. That one's blocked as it goes to the far wall. Tyken now will battle along the wall. Comes to the Lapierre, down for Adams. Tyken again tries a one-timer. Wasn't quite ready for it, though. He's got to gather it up again. Back to Lapierre. Steps down, shot. And that one's booted over to the near side. Up to the point now. Westover saves the line. Sends it down in there. The clearing attempt gets deflected down into the far corner. Nobody knows where it's at except Adams.
Nobody knew where it was.
Adams finally gets to it, tries a centering opportunity, and it went right on through, and so Westover is going to have to pick it up and send it in on the other side along with Lapierre. Rock Ridge is just all bottled up in their zone right now, and Lancey's just got his work cut out for him here in the net. Now they'll try and come out the far side. Kept in there again, still didn't make it out. Adams has got it. Cuts in there, gets to the dot. Takes a shot, gloved, and it goes in behind. They're going to try the other side again. Comes up to the line. This time it hops over Lapierre's stick and goes all the way down. And the clearing attempt goes up to the far side. and they're able to maintain possession in it. 34 seconds left on the power play as it comes to Adams out at center. He comes in wide left, gets to the hash marks, drops it there. Tyken has it there. He's not being challenged too hard though. So he skates it over to the top slot, over to the dot for Moran. Moran shoots, goes right into the body. I'm sorry, that was Ryerson. He shoots and it goes into the body of Lency. And Lency will hang on. 18 seconds left on the power play. $1:40 left in the period. Bemidji still up 1-0.
Man, make sure you get that full shrink in there.
What's that?
When you walk in full shrink, make sure you get that in there.
Yep. So off the face-off, clock doesn't start. Clock is not running. So we've got an extended power play here as Rock Ridge maintains possession down in the zone. Clock gets going again now. And Bemidji will break out from their own zone. Up ahead for Meyer, and Meyer tips it and goes in.
Gotcha!
All right, we got 5-on-5 hockey as the puck comes over to Baird on the near side from Jacobson. He gets down the wall, knocked off of his stick though, and Wolverines maintain possession. They break it out through center, and it goes over to the far side. They bring it into the zone.
First period or with your final minute and
Thank you.
you betcha.
Final minute as the shot goes on goal, but it was tipped as it just as it got there. Rock Ridge now all of a sudden has got some momentum, and it comes out to center for Meyer. Meyer ahead for Baird. Baird can't keep a hold of it though, and Rock Ridge comes back the other way. Swept off of their stick by a couple of Bemidji players. Comes to Lapeer. He fires it out to center, and it's going to go all the way down. Icing will not be the case, and Rock Ridge will have it back in behind their own net. They go up the far wall, and it goes right through their player and back out to center where Westover has it. Westover turns, dumps it down in, and it's going to be offside at the line with 14.9 seconds left in the period.
Yep, you got it, Dana.
Oh, just leave it. No. 14.9 is right next to 15.
So we're going to have a center ice face-off here. Tyken's going to get it. We got Adams on the near side, Stitsworth on the far. Goes right through Stitsworth's skates. He backtracks, picks it up, fires it up ahead. Can't get through the Wolverines though, but they can't get it through Stitsworth. Stitsworth picks it up, gets across the line, shot, and they're going to blow it dead at the line with 3.4 seconds now left in the period.
Well, overall, pretty good period by the hometown team. Out shooting them more than 3-1. Created some pretty good opportunities this first period.
11-3 to be exact on the board as far as shot goes. And the clearing attempt will run the clock out. And that'll bring a close of the first period with Bemidji leading 1-0 here in Proctor, Minnesota.
Yeah, hard to be upset about that first period. Would have been nice to get one more to really set that tone, but
good sustained pressure there. That's
yep.
Really good to see. And I see Tyken just went down the cage. He was moving pretty good though, so down the hole there. He's still moving good though. So.
And one note we haven't had a chance to make note of is the boys are short one player. Defenseman Evan took a unfortunate injury right after districts, broken wrist kind of deal. So obviously we wish him the best and want him to heal. I know he's wanting to be out there with the brothers, but
well, he did have a chance to get an X-ray and a cast on today, so things are going well there. So.
Yep.
I think we're going to see him skating at practice next week.
Okay.
Probably maybe not without a stick, but we'll see. But he's eager to get back on the ice, as you can about imagine.
Yeah, he's as hungry as they get, as long as he's healthy enough for fishing season.
As long as we're healthy for fishing season, correct. So Jacobson's back there taking his spot on the defensive side, and Jacobson's doing a fantastic job from what I can tell here today already. So.
Yep.
That leaves our forward bunch with a short one center, and I'll tell you what, between Tyken and Baird, they're doing a fantastic job there, running that show from the center position.
They got to stay hungry. I think if we can put 1 or 2 in this period, we might just kind of take control. They got to want it. They got to keep pressing. They're close. They're knocking on the door a lot. So.
Lindsay is doing well in goal, but if we can start breaking through the chinks in the armor there, we can start getting ahead. So we're underway with second period action here, and off the face-off, it's traded possession here. It's neutral ice, and Rockridge will send it down into the Bemidji zone where Jacobson is. He goes D to D for Roscoe, and he tips it up ahead for Baird. Baird's got it caught in the skates of the referee, and that gives Wolverines a chance to bring it down into the Bemidji zone. Gets ahead of him though, and Jacobson rings it around the boards to the far side. Down in, the centering attempt goes all the way through. It's going to come up to the high circle, and Urbich is all over him as the Wolverines try to gain possession. They get up at the high slot, take a shot, tipped wide, and goes in behind. Over to the far wall now. Bemidji's going to clear out. They're going to send it up, try to get it through Urbich. Gets through his skates though, and it goes all the way into the Rockridge zone. Near wall. It looks like Baird will send it down in deep again. Centering attempt goes all the way through, and it comes to Meyer. Kind of didn't really play it there as Rockridge picked it up and brought it in on the near side. Shot on goal there. Whitey handled that one easily, and Baird will send it up ahead. Now Urbich, he had some speed, but it got tipped off of his stick, and he loses it on the near side. Rockridge comes in uncontested, getting a shot from the dot, and Roscoe was able to get a stick in there and deflect it high into the netting, and that'll bring another stop and play here with 13:28 now left in the second period. 1-0 Bemidji.
I think they're going to want to pick up the energy a little bit here.
We don't want to get complacent for sure.
1-0 isn't a big lead.
Down in the corner now, off the face-off. Westover sends it to the far side. Breakout pass for Tyken. 2-on-1 now. Tykens gets pressure from behind, gets a shot on goal, and Lindsay's able to save that one. It goes over in the corner and comes up to the point. Westover takes a shot from there, tipped by Tyken, but it won't go in. Goes down into the corner. Tyken again will work it along the boards, along with Stitsworth. Stitsworth gets a hold of it. Not quite. And it comes up to the line. Held in there by Westover. He can't do it forever though, and it comes back out. Right back in though. Everybody tagged up in time, and Adams gets it dumped down into the back wall. Over to the near side. They're trying to break it out. Stitsworth's right there, knocks it off. And he maintains possession along the wall. Comes up to the point, turns, fires it back down in deep for Tyken. Tyken now will bring it on in behind. Centers it up, nobody there. Moran comes in off the line. Comes into Westover and a goal. Westover takes a shot from the high slot area up by the blue line. And I think it maybe got tipped. But again, it was a long shot from the center point. And under the power this time of Westover, looks like it might be off Tyken again.
That's what I'm thinking, the way it looked out. 5-on-5, Stitchwood meets goal. Second of the game, number 4 Wyatt, assisted by 6 Will. That's what we're going to call. Doesn't mean we're not right, or doesn't mean we won't get corrected, but that's the call for now.
They are giving it to Wyatt Tyken.
Okay.
So William Westover does get the assist. And off the face-off, Bemidji owns it again and just dumps it right in deep in the Rockridge zone. Bemidji just commanding play here for the most part. And down in the zone, Rockridge works to get out. They put it right on Moran's stick, though. He sent it up the top. Shot there from Lapeer. Looking for a redirect, I think. But it goes down into the corner. Baird now. He'll send it up to the point, up for Westover. Westover takes a look, takes a shot. That one's tipped. It goes high off the glass and down in behind. Ooh. Big hit there on Moran. He's hurting. He's heading right for the bench. And we're going to have Urbich come in his place. Urbich gets off. He might
have got a stick to the chest, his own stick kind of deal.
Comes in off the blue line, shot from the circle. Goes right in, I think, off the face mask of White. And Bemidji comes back the other way. Ryerson on the near side now. He dumps it down in deep and comes to Urbich. Behind over to the far side for Baird. Baird over to Roscoe on the near side. He steps in. Shot. Goes right in the glove. Rebound out loose out front. And it's cleared out to the side. Roscoe again takes a look. Sends it down in deep instead. Gets through Ryerson. He chases it over to the far side. He tips it ahead. And Bemidji's just winning the battles here today as it goes over to the far wall. Finally they get one. It comes out to center. And Jacobson takes a swipe at it and loses his stick. He's a mile away from it as he's trying to fill that defensive position. He lets it go for Roscoe, but it's going to be an icing anyway, and it's a good thing for William Jacobson. 2-0 is the score here. Bemidji's leading 16 shots to 5, and a 2-0 lead for Bemidji.
It's a good way to start. You like it when these boys are hungry.
Faceoff comes up to the line. Roscoe sends one in there. It's stopped and brought over the wall again. And the Wolverines will come back out to center. Stopped there by Jacobson. He dumps it in on the near side. And it gets right to the referee again, who almost cost us a goal last time on a turnover. On the far side, the Wolverines will try to battle up through center, but they just can't do it off a good forecheck there by Bemidji. This time Wyatt Tyken. All the way down into the zone. They try to bring it around on the near side. Tipped again. They do maintain possession, and they get it out to center. Comes right on Jacobson. He turns, sends it right back in there, but Meyer was still caught in the zone there. And that'll bring us in offsides with 10:08 left in the second period.
Yeah, it's usually a good sign if you can outshoot the team 3-1, especially in part way in the second period. I like the way they're playing. They're aggressive. They want that puck in the net. So
looks like Moran is up and sitting on the dasher boards there, so he looks like he's ready to play.
That's good.
On that next shift here, I'm sure he'll come out. Off the faceoff, it comes down into the Rockridge zone. They get it out to center, but sent right back in there by Lapeer down to Stitzworth. Stitzworth tries to center it up for Adams, but it won't get there, and it comes all the other side. Westover now tried to hold the line, couldn't quite do it, but it had some help there by Baird. Lapeer now, he'll drop it for Stitzworth. Stitzworth will try and send it back down to the hash marks for Lapeer. Won't quite get there though. And now Adams will get it down there. Down for Baird. He walks right in. Backhander. Oh, he almost got it. Lindsay got a pad out there and blocked it on a gaping net on the other side. Turn in the slot. Stitzworth can't quite get connection on it. And that one goes to the far side. What poise there by Baird to hang on to that thing. Comes up to the center now again. Another shot on goal from point blank range. They can't get it out in behind them. And this one will get cleared all the way down. And it's going to be an icing on Rock Ridge.
You're right, Dana. What a beautiful show of patience by Callan there. He had that goalie right. He just stuck that leg pad out just in time, and
that was it was an equally impressive play by Lindsay. Stretched over there, got that pad out of there, and kicked it out. It was a really good goaltender save there. So yeah, it's fun to watch at this level of hockey here. Face-off again comes out to center now, and Rockridge will gain the zone on the other side. Can't get around Jacobson though. Now we're going to go the other way. Ryerson's got it across the line. He stops just inside the line, dumps it down in for Tyken. He's got Moran sitting in the slot. Can't get it to him though, as he can't get up on the forehand. Now he does. No, he doesn't. Now it comes up to the line, stopped there by Roscoe. Roscoe will send it down the slot, but it's not too strong of a shot, and comes right back out on the other side. Jacobson does a good job of hanging on to it briefly, but it's finally knocked off of him, and Bemidji will come back the other way. Tipped by Rock Ridge though. They gain the zone on the other side, 2-on-1. Centering attempts blocked nicely by Roscoe. He rides the player off the boards, and Bemidji will come back the other way. Tyken will get it out of there, and they'll chip it all the way down. What a good play there. Wasn't icing though. And great teamwork there to prevent that from being a good shot opportunity.
What a great job by Bubba to back check and lock that guy up, because he had some space to make that pass, but Bubba being back there locking him up, there's no room to pass. So great defense by the hometown team.
So Baird steps in for this one, comes right to Rockridge, quick shot, stick save by Whitey. And they'll break back out through center. Yerbich tries to tip it ahead, and it'll be controlled by Rock Ridge down in their own zone. Over to the near side, they bring it up the wall, tip it up ahead, comes to Meyer. Meyer knocks it back down in, comes from him. Yerbich now fires it down in deep. Almost came up in the slot again, but goes off the back of the net. Comes back to Yerbich. He backhands it back down into the corner, and Baird will go into the corner with a Rock Ridge player and battle for it there. Meyer to help out, and they try a cross ice pass to bring it back out. Westover loses his stick in the play, and Yerbich comes along, puts a body on his player. They do get a shot on Whitey though, and he blocks that one with his stick, covers it up on the ice, and freezes it down for another stop and play. With 7:16 now left in the second period. Halfway through this one, and Bemidji's up 2-0. 18 shots to 7 on the board here, as it's pretty indicative of the play that we're seeing here.
Couldn't agree more. This is the start we were looking for. What's that, bud?
Faceoff gets run around the other side by Jacobson, comes to Adams. Sends it up ahead for Stitsworth. He tips it. Can't maintain possession though. And it'll come right back to Stitsworth. Goes over to the far wall, tries to shell it in. Can't quite play it right. He's going to lose it. He does. Jacobson won't though. He sends it up ahead, gets caught, and the referee again. We're going to go near side this time. Try it over here. And we still can't get it in as it passes up ahead of Adams. Down in the Bemidji zone again. Comes to Roscoe. He fires it D to D for Jacobson. Gets through him. Shot from the circle. Stick save, and almost had a juicy opportunity there for Rock Ridge, but it was just out of their reach and came to the near side. Run around the far side now. Jacobson sidesteps a player. He's going to skate it out of there. He blows a tire, swings it over to the near side for Stitsworth. He wasn't quite ready for it. He sends it up ahead for Adams. Adams ahead for Tyken. Tyken's got some speed, loses his shoulder, drops his shoulder, and he blows a tire. Moran now comes in, gives him some pressure, and it's sent rink wide to the near side. They come in, take a shot on White, stick save. Down in the corner now, they're going to battle Lapeer and Rock Ridge. They overstep their bounds there, try a center, and it's knocked out of there by Lapeer. Over to the wall, Jacobson will battle there. Rock Ridge will come up with it though. We got a penalty coming up on Bemidji as Rock Ridge maintains possession. So as soon as Bemidji touches it, we've got an interference call coming. Looks like it's going to be number 20,
Bubba.
William Jacobson.
Well, unfortunately, that brings us to our first Northern Amusement penalty kill. Again, not that we don't like mentioning our diamond sponsor, but we like the power plays more than we like the penalty kills. So,
referee took a pause to explain the penalty to young Jacobson. And Bemidji will go on the PK here, and they'll ring it around the boards on the far side. Comes up to the point, down to the hash marks on the far side, up again up to the point. They can't maintain it. This time Yerbich is coming after it. You don't want him after you. He's got some speed. He puts a body on his player, and a clearing attempt comes from Baird. He's going to circle around through center, let Yerbich tag up, and he'll fire back in there. Comes off the wall. Yerbich is on the forecheck here, giving him all kinds of trouble. Puts a body on him. And now we're going to get a cross check.
it looked pretty clean to me, but
Eric, that's 507, you know.
We're going to get a cross check on Yerbich. So all of a sudden now, Bemidji's going to go 2 players down. And you know what, Eric? Back in our last game with Rock Ridge, Bemidji had 2 players down, and we went down 2 goals during that fray of 5-on-3 and 5-on-4. So
not today, though, Dana.
This had better not be the same thing again. This time it comes to Westover. He tries to clear it. It goes over to the far wall. Rock Ridge controls up the high point. Minute 18 now left on that Jacobson penalty. Shot from there. Nice save by Whitey. He tips it over to the far side. And Rock Ridge will control there. Up to the point on the near side. Over to the slot. Shot from there. Tips. Goes wide. Picked up again by Rock Ridge. They send it back up to the point. And they're going to take another look there. High circle. Go rink wide. Down to the circle. Tipped there nicely by Baird. Can't get it out of there though. Comes to the near side. Shot. Rebound. Neither one will go. Whitey doing a fantastic job there now. And are we going to have yet another penalty? This time it's going to be on Westover. And Bemidji's not going to have enough guys on the bench to keep playing here.
Another extended Northern Amusement penalty kill. I don't have enough buttons on my scoreboard to keep this going, so this is something else.
Holy, we got 3 in there.
So we've got, who do we have in here? We got Moran and Roscoe and Lapeer on the penalty kill. And there's 45 seconds left on that. Jacobs penalty shot, block, comes right in on Whitey. And he gets knocked over. And Moran didn't like that very much. Let him know about it. And so now,
yeah, I'm not sure why that's not a penalty.
now the referees are having a discussion.
Rockridge being classy like they are out in the range.
And we are going to wait. So we got 4:19 left in the second period. 38 seconds left on the Jacobson penalty. A minute 12 left on the Yerbich penalty. And of course, we don't know about the
not sure
Westover
what's left
penalty.
on the Westover penalty. Not enough room on their scoreboard either, but you know what? I got to feel we're coming out of this okay.
So we do have a closure a little bit in the shots on goal here, 18-12 now.
Yep.
And we're getting ready to play some hockey again. Off the face-off now, comes over the corner, and it's knocked up to the point for Rock Ridge. Take a step into the circle, shot, tipped, and now goes all the way into the corner. It's still live. You get it right in the circle with it. Not sure what to do with it. He fans on it, and
that's a trip.
That gives
Gotta make
Moran a chance. He gets tripped, and there's no call there.
no call there, but
Shot on goal there. Colton White's got it in the chest, and he hangs on to that one for another stop and play.
Whitey's standing on his head.
As usual, he's saving the day for us again.
You know, that looked like a pretty crystal clear trip to me.
Yeah, that one looked like it like a legit call to me, especially with the other ones. But who am I? 11 seconds left. 11 seconds left on that Jacobson penalty.
There we go.
And it finally gets cleared out of there. And they are not going to call this an icing. It's going to be waved off.
All right, first penalty's gone.
And as the why are we? Oh yeah, Jacobson can't come out of the box because we still have another penalty in there. So it's still got to be 5-on-3. So with that, we got 14 seconds now left on the Yerbich penalty as Rock Ridge is trying to get out of their own zone. Up through center, tipped in, saved there by Lapeer. Lapeer will bank it off the wall, but he can't get it out. Now it comes to Roscoe. Nice save there with his hand. And it's going to get sent down in the corner. Lapeer will send it off the wall. And we got 2 penalties down. So Roscoe picks it up. He brings it out to center, knocks it down into the Rockridge zone, and it goes in on goal. The goaltender scoops it in and hangs on to it. And with that, they're going to let Jacobson out of the box.
Okay, I guess Bemidji's full strength, but
no, we're not. We're still down
and
one.
So 2:42 now left in the period.
No, you're good.
Still 2-0 Bemidji. We haven't got one against here yet, but there's still a minute and 1 second left on the Westover penalty.
Sorry, I'm making all kinds of mistakes today.
You're good, Gavin. We're all good. We don't normally get 3 penalties in a row,
Yeah,
but
So-
Bemidji's holding strong despite all of that. They're keeping their heads.
The referee's having a discussion here with the Bemidji bench, and I think it has something to do with
a parent that made a half a comment. I guess these refs are a little sensitive today, but that's okay. We all have our moments.
Eric, honestly, this doesn't happen very often.
So they weren't going to drop the puck until that parent was out, and they were gonna penalize the home team, I think, if that didn't happen. So looks like that's been resolved now. Off the face-off in the offensive zone, Rockridge will control. They're going to try and spring a player. They can't do it though. Lapierre takes a hold of it, and he gets leveled as he takes that shot. Goes over the cage. Rockridge comes back the other way, gains his own. Drop pass, tip there by Jakeson. He gets knocked down with a shot in the head. And they try to center it up, and it goes right on through. 34 seconds now left on the Westover penalty as Roscoe breaks on through, but he can't get it through the sea of black jerseys as Rockridge sends it up the other side. Comes out to center now for Jacobson. Jacobson fires it right back in there, and it'll go in behind. 16 seconds now left on the PK. Over to the near corner. They try to send it up. They can't manage it though. Comes to Baird. Baird sends it rink wide. Comes to Meyer. Meyer turns down, gets to the hash marks, stops there, and he's working his way towards the goal. Comes into the slot, takes a backhander, and it.
Thank you. What a fantastic 3 minutes of penalty kill by the hometown team.
Beautiful plays there. And the boys have got to be careful now. They don't want to let down after that penalty kill. And it comes over to the near side. And they're going to work their way back out. Adams has it now. Cross center ice. Gets across the zone into the near side. Backhands it, centers it up. Goes right onto a Rockridge player and almost put it in his own net. Clearing attempt there, the maintaining attempt there by Baird couldn't be held. And Rockridge comes back the other way.
Play in the second period. With your final minute.
Thank you.
You betcha.
Now we've got another penalty called. This time it's going to be on Westover again. We're going to have a slash.
Are you talking in there?
So we've had 4, maybe 5 penalties on the boys in white here.
Boys, come here. No, come here. I didn't yell it. I used my best voice to make sure they can hear me.
And we're going to go on the PK again here. 52 seconds left in the period. Puck comes up to the point, and they work their way down the wall. Up to the half mile wall. Another shot goes right into the glove of Colton White, and he hangs on to it. And we'll bring a stop and play there. 1:48 left on this penalty. And we'll get a wholesale change here for the Wolverines. Wyatt Tyken standing at the dot, ready for a face-off there. And he gets it. Gets in the skates again of the referee. Comes up to the near side, over cross ice for the Wolverines at the point. Gets back up to him, back down to the hash mark, steps into the dot, comes right to Roscoe. Can't hang on to it though, and this time Lapierre gets it out. And it comes all the way out across the line, and a battle go along the wall. Tyken now will drag it all the way through center ice, and Lapierre will try to fire it in, and it gets sent right back into the zone now on the Bemidji end. Tight angle shot comes right to Colton White. He scoops it in there, covers it up, brings another stop and play, and that'll bring us down to about 9 seconds here left in the second period, as Bemidji still maintains that 2-0 lead. Face-off goes down in the corner, cleared up to the point. Takes a look, goes the rink wide, shot from there, stick save. And finally the clock runs out.
It says Regions.
And
the Regions tournament. Well, Dana, go ahead.
We will pause here for the period break here, and then we'll get the floor scrubber out here and we'll scrub the ice. put some new ice down, and we'll be
These
back.
boys are holding strong, despite
I'm trying to see a
some of the
boxing
calls
boy
that
today.
are hold on, bud. That are a little bit questionable.
We've got
Rockridge is kind of needing what they need, but these guys' penalty kill is fantastic, and
they're really controlling the play here
they're
nicely,
really controlling
and
the play. And
doing a
we gotta-
fine job with
you know,
it. So.
we'll go into that third period with a minute 6 left in the penalty kill, a Northern Amusement penalty kill, but Bemidji's certainly holding strong. They're looking good.
Well, if Zamboni doors are open, we'll come and clean up the ice, and we'll be back in maybe 12, 15 minutes.
Well, here, yep. We are period 3 now. Bemidji holding on to a 2-0 lead. 4 straight penalties for the boys. So we are starting this third period off shorthanded for minute 6. But the Northern Amusement penalty kill has been strong so far, so it's got to hold up a little bit longer. It'd be nice if we could put one more in the net, kind of put this thing to bed a little bit. So
with all those penalties, the shots on goal are almost even at 16-18 now, which is hard to see. But we're underway here for third period action. Minute 3 left on the penalty to Westover. And the clearing attempt gets sent up into the Rockridge zone, or bench, I think. Touched by somebody there, and so we're going to blow it dead and have a face-off here just in front of the bench. So Baird will step in there again for it. Ryerson on the near side. We got Roscoe and Jacobson out there as well. Roscoe gets a hold of it, sends it all the way around the boards to the near side. Centered up for Baird. Baird can't quite hang on to it though. Goes down in the corner where Ryerson sent it over to the other side. Up through center it comes. Jacobson comes right on it, and he sent it back down in there. And Rockridge is going to be forced to dig it out of their zone again. Up the far side. He spring it up again. A missed pass comes right to Baird. Baird fires it right back in there. Rockridge now behind their own net. Stolen there by Ryerson. He sidesteps a player, and he's pushed off the play. And it comes back to Rockridge as they come up the near side now. 15 seconds left on the power play, or the penalty kill here, as Rockridge comes in the zone on the other side. Shot there. Block goes up. Lou still in front. And it comes over to the side finally. Whitey's able to cover that up. And he brings a stop and play with 5 seconds now left on that penalty. Ooh, that was a close one, Eric.
Yeah. But Whitey was up to the challenge as he's been all night.
It's a good thing. I'm not sure if it was Yerbich or who was down on the ice, but had they rolled over on that puck, that would have been another nasty penalty to have. So good thing they didn't do that. Off the faceoff now, comes over to the near side. Lapierre now, he'll fire it around the boards to the far side, and it's held in at the point. Now Adams gets it out.
Thank you.
You betcha.
Tyken comes down right to the slot, comes right in on goal, shoots, and is saved right back out in the slot. And we couldn't get a good rebound on that one as Rockridge comes back the other way. Stolen off of him nicely by Westover as he's back on the ice now. And Bemidji breaks out again through center. Can't hang on to the puck though as Rockridge picks it up behind. They go in behind their own net. Fires up the other side, stolen there by Stitsworth. Up ahead for Tyken. Tyken turns up in the high slot. Keeps it on the backhand. Dumps it for Lapierre. Can't quite get it to him though. Comes to the line. Lapierre holds it. Keeps it down in there, and the Rockridge will then fire it out. Comes to Stitsworth. Stitsworth tips it back in the zone, and Rockridge will try the near side. Passes behind the player, though, and he's going to have to chase it all the way down. And Westover is going to get there first and send it over for Lapierre. Tipped up ahead by Adams, out to center. Rockridge picks it up there, and they'll turn it back up ice. Comes over to the near wall. Stitsworth gets it. Send it for Tyken. Into the zone now. Adams has got some speed. Over to Tyken. Tyken chases it over to the other side. And he'll turn up in the high ice, gets it to Yerbich. Yerbich will fire from the slot, right on. Save goes to the other side. Adams couldn't get the rebound on goal, and it goes in behind the goal. Rockridge, no, will pick it up and he'll just fire it all the way down. They need a breather, and they'll ice it with purpose. With 12:28 left in the third period, Bemidji still now up 2-0 and weathered 4 consecutive penalties.
Heck of a series of Northern Amusement penalty kills. Hopefully we can take a break for the rest of the game with that.
Hopefully there's no more of those. Comes up to Roscoe. He shoots. It gets caught in traffic. Comes over to the near side. Up along the near wall. Stolen there by Baird. He keeps it in the zone. And they fire back down in there. Rockridge will get there first in the corner. Can't get by Meyer though. And he'll knock it back down in behind. And Rockridge will try to bring up the near side. Stolen by Baird. Right behind the goal nicely. Centers it. It's blocked. Comes out to the point for Jacobson. He takes a look. He fires. Goes right on goal. And it's booted out of their near side. Now he takes another shot. That one goes fired wide. And it must come off the heel of his stick. And Roscoe will send it back in again. Baird in behind. Rings around on the near side. Jacobson will send it back down in there. No, he won't. Comes to Yerbich. Yerbich fires. Goes wide. And goes in behind. Now Baird's got it along the far wall. And they battle right inside the blue line as Baird sneaks it over towards the slot, and it's picked off there. Rock Ridge tries to spring their player, but it's way ahead of them, and Roscoe's able to get there first. Up for Jacobson, now back to Baird. Baird will skate out on the near side, gets across the red line, dumps it in. Down in deep, Rock Ridge will pick it in again behind their goal. They've done a lot of that, digging it out from behind their own goal here tonight as it goes up to the far wall. A couple of bodies get thrown around there as Baird brings it down into the corner. He goes in behind, looking for a center, not there. Tries to set it up for Jacobson, now he gets it there. Jacobson slaps one towards the goal, it goes wide. Look over to the far side now and out to center. Myers there to pick it up. Tries a cross-ice pass, almost gets picked off. And Jacobson will send it up ahead. It's tipped by Baird, goes down in deep. Forwards will head to the bench for a change. Over on the far side, Rock Ridge breaks out to the near side. Gets across the line, can't sidestep Westover though. Westover gets a hold of it, sends it up ahead, can't get it to Ryerson. Tyken now, right in the slot, shot, goes wide. Over to the far side now, Moran picks it up at the half wall. At the hash marks, he maintains control, trying to get through some traffic. Finally it comes off of his stick and Wolverines break out the other way. Cross the line on the Bemidji zone. Wide lefts, gets it centered, but it's knocked out of there by Lapeer over to the near wall. Shoveled ahead by Tyken, and it comes out to center. Lapeer now, he'll send it over to the near wall, give chase. Pick it up again, down to the hash marks. Turns, tries to send it back up to the point, can't do it. Battling in there with a couple of Wolverines, and Tyken's in there helping him out. Tyken digs it off the wall, heads towards the slot with it, can't quite do it as he's all tangled up. Rockridge now comes back the other way. They get to the hash marks and take a shot. Deflected nicely off a good hard work in Jacobson. I'm sorry, that's Moran. And it goes up into the netting. Stop and play now, 9:30 left in the third period. Bemidji still up 2-0, and the shot differential is only 2, 21-19. It kind of feels like Bemidji's kind of getting some of that momentum back, but it's not as strong as it was earlier in the game. Bemidji does maintain possession, sends it around the far wall. Stitsworth will chip it out of there. It comes to Baird. Now we got 2-on-1 with Adams. Baird gets across the line over to Adams. It's stolen in between. Nice defensive play there by Rock Ridge. And they'll bring it back. They'll bring it back the other way. Try to get it over towards the goal, but it goes wide. Baird now again will send it up ahead, comes up to center. And Rock Ridge will fire it right back in there. They got 3 guys off sides. And so they'll come in off sides with 9:02 left in the third period.
Yeah, I would agree, Dana. I think the focus is still there. Instead of going 75 like we were, I think we're at a nice cruising 60.
Right off the face-off there, we had a flurry of opportunity right in front of the goal. And Bemidji's maintaining possession here in the offensive zone. I'm not sure why that face-off is in the offensive zone, but we'll take it. Either way, Bemidji's still maintaining possession here. And now it finally comes out, and it's 2-on-1 the other way. Ross goes in between them. Fire goes right in on Colton White. He snags that thing like a cat and hangs on for another stop and play. And I'll tell you what,
he looks good tonight.
He looks fantastic, and I would not want anybody else in that goal tonight. So to his left, we'll have a face-off here. 8:31 left in the period, in the game. Lapeer will ring it around the boards to the far side. Yurbich has it along the half wall. He'll skate it up to center. He tries to maintain possession, can't quite do it though. Goes over to the Rockridge blue line, into the zone, back out. Battle continues, comes to Yurbich. He turns, tries to fire it in, falls while doing so. Rockridge picks it up, brings it back the other way. Yurbich now pins his player up against the board. And the play comes to the near side. Back now to Westover again. He works it up through center, rolls off of his stick, picks it up again, gets across the line. Actually doesn't, fires it all in on goal, so it won't be an icing. And Rockridge will dig it out from behind their goal again. Far side, they'll work it up to the circle, puts it right in the back of Yerbich. He shoots and turns and shoots right from there, and it's gloved down by Lindsay. And Lindsay will hang on for another stop and play with 7:39 now left in the game. Bemidji up 2-0.
Starting to build the distance on that shots on goal again. Started kind of proved 5-on-5.
Baird to take the face off, comes over to the wall. Moran picks it up from there. He's getting kind of held up, comes up to the line, pops out of there. Westover does a nice job of covering the back spot. And it's fired in there just out of the reach of Westover. And comes to Baird. Baird gets in the zone, cuts in towards the slot, can't pull the trigger though, and fires it down in behind. Ryerson to battle for it back in behind there. Clearing a starting opportunity wouldn't go now. Rockridge will pick it up through center. Over to the far side. Westover doing a fine job here tonight. And comes over into the near side. And they fired up ahead for Moran. Moran's got a hold of it up ahead for Baird. Offsides. So everybody will head to the bench. We'll bring out another slew of players on both sides. And Tyken will step in for this one. And we've got Stitsworth on the far side. He turns and sends it around in. Picked up by the Wolverines and back out again and right back in. Down deep in the zone. They get bodied. Another trailing player picks it up, sends it up. And it comes up to the line and just gets past Jacobson. They come in the Bemidji zone, tipped nicely by Roscoe, but it goes all the way through. Down in the corner, Stitsworth. Roscoe comes in there, picks it out of there, comes to the near side, up for Adams. Adams bats it out to center ice, and Rockridge will pick it up deep in her own zone again. Stops in behind, goes to the far side, tries to tip it, doesn't happen. Roscoe gets a blaster from there. Goes off the glass into the near side. Jacobson gets there first, wins that battle, sends it down in deep again, where the Rockridge will try and break out on the far side. Whiff on the pass. Now they send it right all the way down, and then they're going to wave off icing. Not sure why, but Whitey will swing it around to the near side, but not out. Comes up to the line, held in there. Tyken didn't see it. Roscoe does, though, and he goes and gets it. Centered up. Comes right out in front. It's tipped out of there by Adams. He's going to give it chase. But the Wolverines are going to get there first. And they're going to stop in behind and fall. Now Adams will get a hold of it back there. They'll have to battle for it, though. Now Tyken's in there to help out. He can't quite handle it as he was off balance. Comes out to center. And they fire it back in there. And Westover will get it down in deep. Westover and Lapeer leave it for each other. Comes to a Wolverine. And it gets sent over to the near corner. It's getting a little rough down there now. As Tyken picks a hold of it and sends it over to the far side. Yerbich now chips it past the defender. Comes out to center ice and they pick it up there. Back up to center now. Cross ice pass comes right on the stick of Adams. He works his way down to the side of the mouth. Over to the near side. Shells it up to the slot for a waiting Baird. He shoots one wide of the goal. Right in the slot in the goal! The goal, or the puck, comes off the back wall, comes in behind the goaltender, and Yerbich is right there. Fires that one past the goaltender for the third goal of the game to give Bemidji a 3-goal lead.
Now I'll be curious how that's all plays out, but you said Yerbich?
Yerbich was on the doorstep there.
Yerbich on the goal probably
right.
For the 5-on-5 Stitsworth meets goal.
He was right in the paint.
Good spot to be.
And it's going to go to Brody Adams for the assist.
On the assist, all right.
And here comes Yerbich again across the line over to Meyer, who was behind him. This time the puck comes to the near side. Yerbich had his player all lined up, but he missed them.
He's got to be careful in this game.
You've got to have to be careful.
Clean checks aren't allowed. But what a great way to probably, figuratively, hopefully put that nail in the coffin. 3-zip with 4:17 left. Great goal, great spot by Jace on that
Faceoff comes up to the point for Rock Ridge, and they send an end wide. Yerbich is battling on the far wall, couldn't tip it out. Maintain control there. It gets deflected over in the corner on a shot. And it's overskated by everything. Finally, Baird drops it again for Lapeer. Lapeer now skates up the wall, sends it off the boards, out to center, picked off by the Wolverines. Up ahead by Yerbich to Meyer. Meyer can't get there first, though, as the Wolverines maintain control down in their own zone. They have to retreat back in behind and regroup. They come up the near wall, comes back out. They picked it off the wall, though. It's 2-on-1 the other way. He's going to let him have the shot. Goes off of the stick of the body of White, I think, and over to the far side. Now it's picked up there by West over on the far wall. He'll skate it out to center. Comes off of his stick, though, in a sea of black. And it comes back out to center and on Meyer's stick. He comes into the zone, brings it back out. Goes back to the defense for Roscoe. Roscoe backhanded up ahead for Westover. It gets through him. He'll block the clearing attempt, though, and it comes into the zone on the near side. And it'll be picked off the wall there by Baird. Baird chips it out to center, trying to spring Ryerson, but it doesn't get to him as Wolverines send it back in. Westover now. He'll chip it out of there. It's tipped by a high stick, and it's picked up there by Moran. Lost at the slot, though. Fire goes, swinging shot goes towards White. He's able to save that one. And the puck goes over to the far wall. On his knees now, Baird gets it up to the point. Not out. Back in the zone. Comes up to Roscoe. He chips it out to the near side. And it'll go all the way down. And they're going to wave off icing. 2:23 left in the period. 3-0 Bemidji. On the far wall now, Moran has it. He turns, sends it down in deep again. Ryerson's there, tries to center it up, and it comes to the side of the net. Tyken now, he gets ridden off the play, comes up to the near side, and it comes right back to Tyken. He turned towards the dot, couldn't get a good shot on as his knees were knocked out. Over to the near wall now, comes to Yerbich, or Jacobson. He takes a fire, or a shot, and it comes back wide of the net. Over to the far side now, Roscoe, trying to sidestep a check, comes to Moran. Right to the slot, takes a shot. It's gloved by Lency. And that probably would have gone over the net anyway, but he doesn't going to take any chances, and he gloves that thing down and brings a stop and play here with $1:44 left in the game. Incidentally, they did give Callan Baird an assist on that last one from Yerbich and Adams. So it looks like we have a timeout. I'm guessing it's the boys in black.
I think you're right. So yeah, we got 3 5-on-5 Stittsworth meet goals scored this period or this game. So it proves, I think, to our theory, when we're 5-on-5, we're as good as we can be as good as they get. Got into some penalty trouble that late to mid-second period were 4 straight penalties, but that Northern Amusement penalty kill held strong for about 4 minutes. So we'll take it, and just got to hold on for $1:44 left. 3-zip should be pretty safe outside of some drastic measures getting taking place, but
yeah, you can
you never know.
You can watch as this game goes on. You can tell that there's an imbalance of talent.
Yep.
You know, the Bemidji Jacks here just flat out have more talent on the ice.
They started this game off hot. We put that first puck in the net, and it kind of set the tone. And then I think when we really got that second one, we kind of sent that message: we're not messing around today.
The only thing that's giving us trouble is those slew of penalties.
Yep. That
really closed up the shot differential. But other than that, it's been more or less Bemidji all game.
I would agree.
So we got $1:44 here left to play in the third period. And for the time being, in a defensive zone, Lency's in net. But we'll keep an eye on that goal over there as Roscoe takes a shot from there, blocked out front. Tyken takes a shot. Now Rock Ridge is going to try to break out. And down in the Bemidji zone, it's sent back up by Jacobson. And it comes into the Bemidji zone and right back out again. Now they gain the zone on the other side. Lency's starting to work his way towards the bench, but can't do it because here comes Tyken. Tyken at the dot. He's all tied up. Could have been a hook in there maybe. But it goes over to the far wall, and Tyken will continue to battle. He's keeping Lency in net for now. And where are we at there, Gavin?
1 minute to play in the third period of your final meeting, and
Thank you.
you betcha.
And with that, Bemidji fires it down in deep again. And this time, Rockridge is just content again to just fire down for another icing. And that's going to pin Lency in goal again, as they have a defensive zone faceoff for Rockridge. So 29-22 the shots on goal here. 3-0 for Bemidji. And 48 seconds left on the clock in this game. So off the faceoff, it goes over to the far wall. Yerbich sends it down in deep again. And the result is starting to look inevitable here as Bemidji maintains control in the offensive zone. Battle continues along the back wall. Rockridge picks it up from there. They send it up through center, and they maintain possession all the way into the zone. They've got possession in the zone here now, and the goaltender's still in net. They're going to just let it, they're going to be content with it to be played out, and it's going to be sent all the way down, and they're going to call that an icing on Bemidji with 7.3 seconds remaining on the clock. So with this one, the winner is going to play
North Shore.
North Shore tomorrow morning at 10 o'clock.
10 a.m. At this beautiful rink that Proctor has. This is
It's a nice rink.
fantastic rink.
All the games this weekend will be here. And the face-off will get brought back into the corner, and Rockridge is going to come in. And if the boys keep their wits about them here, and they do, and we're going to have the referees trying to maintain possession here, or maintain composure here.
Overall, a good, smart game. Well, hard fought game by the hometown team. We came out the way we needed to establish ourselves. So we will have North Shore tomorrow, like Dana just mentioned. We haven't seen them yet this year, but they won that District 11 championship over Hermantown, I believe. So I'm sure we'll have a dogfight tomorrow.
Yeah, we certainly don't want to overlook them tomorrow. And but we're on the right side of the bracket here, right?
We're on the right side of the bracket. Good start. Shout out to our sponsors, Stitsworth Meats, Northern Amusement, Lapeer Shorelines, KLS Construction, Ryerson Construction, and Dale Schmidt Agency. And one more shout out to Erickson Farms out in Roseau, Minnesota. I hope you're listening. And if a special coworker of mine is listening, I want to give a shout out to Lil. I hope you're watching. You play some great hockey. And thanks for tuning in. Again, as always, pleasure to be surrounded by some fantastic talent. Gavin giving us the time slots. And of course, the voice of the North. Nobody does it better. We will see you tomorrow at 10 a.m. here against North Shore in Region Game 2. Thanks for tuning in. Throw some thumbs up. See you tomorrow, folks.
Have a good evening.